All right. Hey, everybody. We are officially live and going. So we are going to do something we have never really done before, and I'm super excited. We're going to do a live video about Challenge Group Prep 101. So whether this is your very first challenge group or you've done a few of them, I think it's always really helpful to go over expectations and kind of set the tone so that we all can be successful. I know that this is particularly the time of year that it's incredibly hard to stay on track. We have Thanksgiving just around the corner, and then from there it's all the way to Christmas, and then the New Year. So I think that by establishing good habits, or if you already have good habits going, to keep that momentum strong, and to also, for those of you that are watching this call that this isn't your first rodeo and you're feeling pretty good about your health and fitness journey, it's kind of like your duty and obligation and responsibility to not only uphold your own health and fitness journey, but help those people that are new and that are just doing this for the first time, and that posting a sweaty selfie of themselves feels like it's like the craziest thing that they've done. So we're going to work together as a cohesive unit. And so these are the things that we're going to tackle together. So let me go into presentation mode. Okay, so these are for both of our groups. We have a Core de Force test group and then our No Excuse November group. So let's just quickly start on where to start. So the number one thing, I hope that if you've gotten your new program, and I'm going to be speaking specifically to those of you that this is kind of like your first time with a challenge group. So for those of you that have already done this before, just bear with me, and it's always good to get something new out of it. But the biggest thing that I think most people kind of skip over, which is very surprising to me, is once you get your package, they just kind of you just look at the workouts and then that's it. But there is a quick start guide and there is a workout calendar. And those are the two things that I'm going to say you really want to take some time and look at. You've made a big investment, so you might as well spend some time and read, what the quick start says, and look at your workout calendar. This is my recommendation, is to put it near the place that you're going to be working out, and then be able to have that instant gratification that when you finish your workout, you can go and exit off of the calendar. I think that it's really hard to explain, but if you've been someone that has done a program before and Xing out all the days, it just feels really good. So that's the first place to start. The second place is this is the most important, and some of you are going to really not like me because I'm talking about this, but the nutrition guide. Nutrition is so important. I understand balance. We're going to be working out so that you can have some balance, but you're going to have to be disciplined. If you want to see results, if you just want to stay where you're at and not gain anything, maybe you just gain a pound or two, then just do your workouts and ignore the nutrition guide. But if you really are committed to getting results during the time of year where most people are doing the opposite, then, figuring out how you can find that balance of being able to go out in social settings or be able to have dinner with your family, and you just choose healthier options. It's not like you are condemned to eating ice and staring at lettuce, for the next 30 days or 21 days. It doesn't have to be this brutal process, but it definitely is something that, whipping out your nutrition guide, looking at, so most of the programs that are in our group is based around the color-coded portion container system. So all of your nutritional guides, whether you have a physical copy or you can go on Beachbody on demand, and the program that you're choosing, it will have on the sidebar, I think it's on the right, where you can look at the nutritional guides. And so just figuring out, okay, it's gonna make you do some math, but it'll be okay. We all have calculators on our phone. And so you're gonna have to figure out kind of what your caloric intake is going to be for the portion container system. So you might be in the lower bracket, you might be in the middle, you might be on the highest. So just trust the process, figure out where you should be starting. If you need help with this, if this is you need help, this is what your coach is for. Us as coaches, we don't know if you're struggling to understand something. That's what we're here for. We're here to help you along this journey. So if you don't understand the equations, or you're not sure, you're in between, just ask us and we'll give you our best, advice that we can. So understanding what what calorie bracket you should be in for your portion containers. And then the next thing would be finding the tracker that's going to work for you and your lifestyle. I always, always, always recommend downloading the 21 Day Fix app. Even if you're not doing the 21 Day Fix, this will just be a really nice automated way that, since you're already going to be on your phone, and it's for Android and Apple, so no worries on that. But it's just a nice way where you could put all your stats in there. And then you can just log like your daily, like how much water you're drinking. And then you can also, excuse me, speaking of water, I drank a lot of water just now. You can track your portion containers, or you can be old school. I did this when I first did the 21 Day Fix for the very first time, is just print out the paper tracker. If you need help finding it, we can quickly give you a link. But if you're a coach, it's on teambeachbody.com. It's like one of the first tabs, and it's I can't think of it off the top of my head, but basically if you dig around, if you're someone that's a researcher and you like to figure it out on your own, you can find it off of the Team Beachbody website. Or you could go on Google. Google's always great, right? You could just be like 21 Day Fix tracker, and there'll be all these pretty cool little neat ones that different people have made, or you can do the official one from Beachbody. So, the next thing, so once you have figured out, okay, this is my calorie bracket, this is where I need to be, this is how I'm going to track my daily intake, then it's time to start doing the thing that I dread, dude. This is like my least favorite thing to do ever, because it's, for me, some people it's very easy, but for me it's kind of time consuming. But I promise you that if you just spend, what is it? Like if you spend maybe at the most 20, 30 minutes planning your meals, making a grocery list, that is like a week of meals that you don't have to think about and that you don't have to stress about, right? So this is what I recommend, okay? So there's the first option that's the easiest, in my opinion, is that if you have the Team Beachbody Club membership, they have a meal planner that is available to you. If you go on teambeachbody.com, there's like, it's like in nutrition, and it's like there's a link to it. We can show you if you can't find it. But basically you can kind of input your goals, and then it'll kind of like, it'll give you a really great way to find some new ideas for meals, and then it'll even generate a grocery list for you. So that's a really, really great option. The only thing is it's kind of hard. I don't think they've really aligned it with the portion control containers. So it's not necessarily, they're like, okay, this is 3 reds and 1 yellow. Like you're going to kind of have to dissect it yourself. So for those of you that maybe are vets at this and you've done it before, it might be fun to go in there and just see what new recipes they'll give you. If you're getting kind of bored with the same thing, or you can just be like, all right, I'm 1,700 calories. That's my bracket, so that's what I'm going to base myself off of. And then you learn as you go. So it's completely up to you. The other option, this is typically what I do. So either you go to your nutritional guide from the program you're doing. They usually have really great recipe ideas. Or you can go to I said Pinterest. So you can go to Pinterest, or you could go to the Team Beachbody blog, where they have all these fun ideas, and they even section it off like breakfast and lunch and dinner and snacks and desserts. And they have all these ideas of different recipes that you can do. But this is the part that kind of takes the most time, in my opinion, because I will go through and I will figure out, okay, I like to have different dinners every night. You may not. You may like to have the same dinner 3 times in a row, or every other day for the week, and then 2 different ones. You're going to figure out what works for you and your lifestyle, or if you find it therapeutic to cook dinner, or if you really hate cooking dinner and you want something quick and short and easy, then that's the beautiful thing, is that this is customizable. And I know it feels overwhelming sometimes because there's so much freedom within it, but just think this is shifting you to creating habits that are going to last beyond just this challenge group. So it's just that that uncomfortable feeling of like learning how to ride a bike, right? So it's going to take a long time at first, and it's going to kind of suck, but then eventually it's going to get easier, and it's going to get a little bit faster. So I just have an idea of, if you have no idea where to start, you can just start with, okay, you're going to plan out your breakfast, your lunches, your dinners, and maybe like 1 to 2 snacks, so you can have a snack in between breakfast and lunch, or you can have a snack between lunch and dinner, or you could save something for dessert. Whatever works best for you. You could, if you're someone that you are really hungry, you might want to put 2 snacks. But I like to take a sheet of paper and just kind of plan out, okay, these are the things I'm going to be eating I like to have breakfast and lunch pretty similar, throughout the week. So I don't have to think about it too much. So maybe you want oatmeal for breakfast, and then for lunch, you're going to do different types of salads, so that way you can prep these in advance and you don't have to worry about them as much, especially for those of you that have day jobs and you're super busy at your job, and you just need something quick and easy. That's why dinners, some dinners, like it might be a crock pot night, right? Because some of you, like, I know there were days that I was out of the house for 12 or 13 hours. And so I needed something that, was already ready to go, and have brown rice already prepped, and just have some, I ain't gonna lie to kick it. I would, heat up some frozen vegetables and it'd be a meal, right? So if you need additional ideas on this, just reach out to your coach, right? And we can help you figure out how to meal plan, how to grocery shop. Oh yeah, grocery shopping. So when I'm making my meal plans and I'm writing and I see the recipes, then on another page, what I like to do is just start writing down the ingredients. So okay, this needs cucumber, this needs cumin, this needs chicken, and just having it as a rough draft. And so then when you're ready to, you've got everything planned and you're good to go, then you can write on a fresh sheet, here's your grocery list. And if you like to get really organized, right, you can organize it by, okay, here's the produce, here's the proteins, here's the dry goods, yada, yada, yada. They even have, if you go and look on Google, there are pre-made grocery lists, in alignment, like it joined with the 21-day fix. So if you have any questions on that, please reach out and let us know. And then the last thing is your Shakeology. So if you ordered a challenge pack with your fitness program and Shakeology, I put this in bold because this is non-negotiable. To me, this is the equivalent of like, you're only going to be like, if you only did your workouts like maybe 3 times a week and your calendar said you had to do it 6 times, like you're probably going to be better off than you were if you did nothing, but you're not going to be reaching your full potential if you followed everything to a T. And Shakeology is something that's going to be a game changer, especially if you're cleaning up your eating for the first time, or maybe you already eat pretty clean. And this is going to be something that is going to allow your body to get all the nutrients that it needs to perform at its very, very best. Our bodies are super resilient, and they can function when you're 500 pounds, or they can function when you're like 80 pounds. So, of course, this isn't something you absolutely can't live without, but it's definitely something that, if you've made this investment, especially with the busy lifestyles we all live, it's really, really hard to get that much nutrition out of just eating a well-balanced diet. There are just certain things you just can't get unless you're drinking your Shakeology. I'll be the first to say that there are some days where I'm running super late and I forget, but I just put it in like a shaker cup like this, and I just shake it up and I drink it really quick, just kind of like, okay, that's my vitamins for the day. Or it might be more decadent where I'm like, I'm going to make myself a fake acai bowl, and I make it into like a smoothie and have like fruits with it, and I spoon it. Or you might be that, you have your Shakeology as like your snack, and then you have a sweet tooth at night. I like to make, chocolate peanut butter cups with my Shakeology. I've even made mug cakes, ice cream with it. So it's very versatile, and it can be an asset for you to get your extra greens. Like you can throw in like a cup of spinach in it. So it's just something that if you're not doing it every single day, there's no reason that you shouldn't be doing it every single day. And I know all the coaches that are on this, we're big sticklers on this. You said you wanted change. You said you wanted to make progress. You said you wanted results. So trust the freaking process. That's all I'm going to say about that. Okay. So group expectations. So the number one thing with our groups is participation. I would love to see everyone showing up. A big thing that I do want to say is that make sure when you're posting, like if you're posting your workout photo or your Shakeology photo, make sure it's set to share with all. Because I think it's like, I think it does it automatically, but sometimes it's really close to the submit button. So because when I look on the feed, normally I will just look on my phone and look on the feed. It's very rarely, like us coaches, we have a portal on the website where we can see everybody's stuff. But I only go on that every so often. So if you're not sharing your post with everybody, we're not going to see it unless we go directly on the desktop. So, and then no one else, none of the other participants will be able to see your smiling face or your yummy Shakeology if you don't share it. So, so that's number one. But then also not just be like, wham, bam, thank you, ma'am, right? Where you're just like, oh, I just posted it and you close it and you're done, right? I would even say, you know, just take a couple minutes. This is a community. This is a group. And, you know, just scroll and see, you know, like someone's photo, tell them good job, tell them their hair looks good. I mean, majority of us, I think we're all ladies in this group. And the thing I know about us ladies is that we all love a good compliment, right? So you're like, hey girl, hey, looking good. Like it's going to create this team camaraderie that it's going to make us feel really excited to post in the group. And I know I have to say, I have to verbalize it because not everyone is on the same page with it. There are going to be a certain few of you that like are in love with this app and you're like commenting on everybody's stuff. But for others, you know, we get busy, we post, and then we just kind of forget about it. The notifications are off. And it just, you know, you're just kind of like this lone island. And when we want to be a team and support one another in our goals, because it's very motivating to know that we're all, you know, cheering each other on and wanting to see each other succeed. It's the same thing, like the way I have to explain it for those of you that have taken fitness classes, it's the same reason why we come to a fitness class rather than, you know, being outside in the weight room, looking at a mirror with our music on and like doing our own workout by ourselves, right? There's a reason you go to group fitness classes. The same thing with this group. There's a reason why we're doing it together versus you just doing it alone. So just lean into it, right? Lean into the discomfort. If you're someone that you don't really like, this is very out of your comfort zone, I promise you, the more you lean into the discomfort, the better it will feel in the long run. Okay, so the next thing, your before and afters. So this is very, very important. I think especially the befores, because no one wants to do the befores. But we'll call them your goodbye photos, right? Because you're not going back. So I would suggest taking a front and a side and a back photo. If you need some good app recommendations, like you don't want to ask someone in your house to take your photos for you, I have a couple good photo camera apps with a timer on it. If you have an iPhone, there's a timer. So, or if you can get someone in your house that you live with, or friends to help you out and take your photos, even better. But just remember, pick an outfit that you really can see progress in. Some of you are going to feel more, not necessarily comfortable, but you're going to want to see more progress. So you may take like just a photo in your sports bra, in your shorts. And then some of you may be like, I am not even going to do that. So you might just want to wear a really, unforgiving tank top, you know, the ones where like you could see everything. So you might want to wear something like that and just some shorts. But definitely, you know, try to keep the same clothes every single week so we can see the progress. Measurements are important inside the tracker app. There's a way to take your measurements. If you don't have a measuring tape, you can go to like Walgreens or CVS or like any like Target or anything like that. They're like $2. So you should get yourself one if you don't have already. Next thing, this is like a bonus, but taking like a video of yourself or like journaling, like how you feel, like just taking note, because you will never be able to get this back. Like this before stuff, like once it's gone, it's gone. So it's so powerful to like journal or write down, like on a scale from 1 to 10, this is how my energy is. And this is why I'm doing this challenge. And this is the results I want to have. And, you know, or you can even do like a video blog of yourself talking about it. You know, just putting your thoughts and feelings into it rather than just going through the motions and being like, I just want to be skinny, you know, but really putting some meaning and some why and purpose behind it, and really understanding where you are today. And then we'll be able to see the progress in 30 days. Or 21. And then the last reason why you want to do your before and afters is because everybody has an opportunity to enter the Beachbody Challenge, where at the very least, when you submit your before and afters, you will get a free t-shirt or tank top of the program that you did. And then you will be entered into the challenge where you can win cash prizes. So daily winners win like $500. Monthly winners win like 1,000, or like, no, is it? Yeah, monthly winners win like 1,000 or 5,000, and then quarterly winners win something. I don't know. Anyways, whatever, math. So definitely take advantage of that, and it's such a cool way to get some free swag. So last thing we're going to talk about. I'm trying to talk as fast as I can, guys. Hold on. So this is the fun part. Yay! I put a smiley face, old school smiley face. This is something that's going to be really fun and an incentive for you to participate in these groups, because, you know, all of the coaches that are a part of this, we know how important it is for you to stay engaged, especially during these this month, and then if you continue on for December. So we're going to do something fun, and we're going to give away prizes. So in both of the accountability groups, Core to Force, we already gave you partners. No Excuse November, we're going to figure it out. Okay, don't worry, we're going to figure it out. But for each group, you guys have been paired up into twos. So you have an accountability partner. So the top accountability partner groups, so there'll be two of you. So the top team, I guess. So you guys are all in little individual teams of two. Hi, I can talk and think. The top winners for Core to Force, both people are going to get a Beachbody Performance Sampler Pack. So this is the pre-workout, the during workout, the post-workout, the overnight recovery, and I think they even give you creatine, which if you're a chick, you don't want creatine. And then for No Excuse November, we're just going to give away 2 $15 Amazon gift cards for the winners for that. And I'm actually just going to say, I'm just going to throw it out there for my, my coaches, Kelly coaches, Noella's coaches. Anyone can win this, okay? So anyone can win this. Normally, I'm like, if you're a coach, you can't win a prize. But just to keep everybody on their toes, any team, anybody can win this. There are no restrictions with it. So I just wanted to give you a tentative overview of the point system. So it may be subject to change, okay? But I will be releasing this, we'll be launching this official point system probably on Sunday or a little bit before that. So this is what I was thinking. A daily workout would be 1 point, drinking Shakeology 1 point, commenting on the morning post 1 point, the nighttime check-in. So you'll start to notice that the points increase, because these are things that I think are very vital and important. But it's also easy for people to skip out on. So the nighttime check-in, this would be you taking a screenshot of your 21-day fix tracker app, or you taking a photo of your paper tracker and posting it on our nighttime check-in. So the nighttime check-in is like, hey guys, nighttime check-in, post your screenshot or your photo below. And it's basically just a way for you to stay accountable to your daily nutrition, which we all know is the most important aspect. It might be some days that you fell off the wagon and it ran you over and it's dragging you by one arm. Like, it's okay, right? If you're honest and you're like, man, I really messed up. Here's something that I know for a fact. If you are willing to admit that you messed up, then you're also probably going to be more apt to be like, okay, I'm probably going to have to eat like a couple carrots right now. It's like 10 p.m., but I haven't eaten any veggies today. Like, let me just eat some carrots right now. Like, like those people with the Fitbits and stuff, or they're like, is Nike Fuel Band even a thing anymore? I don't know. But I remember having a Nike Fuel Band, and you'd be like, oh no, I'm so close to my points. And so you just do like jumping jacks for 10 minutes, like not 10 minutes, but just to get all your steps in. So I think that that's just another layer of accountability, and that's why it's 5 points. Okay, documenting your journey on Facebook or Instagram. So this might be that you cross-post your post-workout selfie. You might talk about how you're feeling each day. This is totally up to you. But I know how big of a deal this is, so it's 5 points per day for this. So if you post on your Facebook or Instagram, make sure you tag your coach so they know that you did it. So we won't have to look through 60 people's Facebooks and Instagrams. Tag your coach in whatever avenue you're using, and that's the way we'll know that you completed it for the day. And then the last thing is a weekly check-in, photos and your stats. So, and then just giving us kind of an overview of how you're feeling. Hey, this week went really well. Hey, no, this week really sucked. I actually stepped on the scale and I'm up 3 pounds. This is stupid. Does this even work? Just give us the real deal. Tell us how you're really feeling. Because, we want to be there and we want to help guide you through this process. So that is 10 points. And you can only do it 1 time per week, obviously. So here's the kicker. This is the maximizer. If you and your partner participate in the same activity on the same day, your points double. And I'd get rid of the per day thing, okay? So let's say you and your partner both do a workout. So that would be 2 points, right? But then because you both did it and you tagged each other in the post, which by the way, that's what you kind of have to do on all of these, you on the first 4. Anyways, we'll make it more clear. Don't worry. But let's say you did your daily workout, you tagged your partner, they did their daily workout, and they tagged you. So instead of getting just 2 points, you guys would get 4 points for your daily workout. If you did the same thing on Shakeology, 4 points instead of just 2. Yeah? And same thing with the morning post, same thing with the nighttime check-in. So as you can see, this can get really crazy really quickly if both of you and your partner are committed and you stick together. And I even highly recommend, if you're not friends with this person outside of this group, you might want to exchange phone numbers, you might want to exchange emails, you might want to exchange Facebooks, just to be like, if you guys are really serious about winning this thing, right? If they haven't posted, you could be like, hey, what's going on? Are you okay? Are you going to do your workout today? It just, when you set up that many layers of accountability, we can let ourselves down every single day, all day. But letting down a group, letting down a partner, that's really hard. That's really hard. Either people rise to the occasion or they fall off the face of the earth. It's either one of those 2 things. And I will take my chances, right? I'll take my chances if it means that on those days that you really don't want to do it, but everyone's counting on you, so you show up anyways, then it was worth it. Okay, so here's the final thing. The points on for being live right now, you get 10 points. What? Before the challenge even starts, you get 10 points. And if you're watching the replay, you get 5 points, because this shows how committed you are to your health and fitness journey for November. So hopefully I have 9 minutes left. I have 9 minutes left. Okay, so I'm really excited because I'm really, really good at talking for way too long. So I'll open this up to Kelly. Do you have anything else that you would like to talk about, or?
Oh God, I do. Listen, guys, I am just going to add to what Jen said. First of all, we are so ridiculously excited. This is really cool to have, we almost have 50 people. We almost have 50 people in these groups. Is this loud? I don't even know. Am I yelling? I'm kind of yelling. I'm not? Oh, thank God, because I feel like I'm yelling. My neighbors are like, what's wrong with that girl? Listen, I haven't felt this excited in a really long time, because I know, I'm not going to cry. I know that there are so many people right now that have just given up. They have given up, and they're like, we're going to figure out our health in January. So every single person who is here right now or who is watching this replay, you are my hero right now. And you make what Jen and I do, and Noella and every single other coach here, you are what makes, you're the peanut butter and jelly. My daughter said today, Mom, you're the peanut butter and jelly. Listen, I just want to tell you, because I know I have to talk fast. Listen, first of all, people who are doing Core to Force, there is a very interesting eating plan. If you have questions about this and what this means, please, please, please reach out to your coach. if you're a coach and you have no idea how to help your challengers with this, please reach out to me. This is a very, it's a very interesting eating plan. It's very broad spectrum compared to some of the things that people are used to doing with the 21-day fix and portion control. And it definitely has an interesting little fat increase and then caloric deficit. So definitely if you have challengers and you don't know what to talk about this, I'm happy to be your resource. I was beyond crazy today because I finally got my kit in the mail. Oh my God, I was crazy about it. Okay, what I wanted to talk about. When Jen was talking about how do you find resources for figuring out your portions, when you go to your Team Beachbody, you log in and you're going to see a blue tab that says Eat Smart. And then you're going to choose nutrition tools. And then that's going to take you to 21-day fixed plans. It's going to take you to all kinds of different things that you're going to really be able to personalize for yourself or for people that, of course, you might be helping. Remember, there's also nutritional tips, which is amazing. If you want to watch those videos, it talks about food prep, it talks about planning, grocery lists, all the things we talk about. What else did I say? I made some notes. I tried really hard to make notes. It's really important that you do think about your individual goals. If you have not thought about your individual goals, you should be, and you should be writing them down. What else did I write? Participation. Jen was talking about participation. The whole point of being in a group is that you are in a group. So I understand we have this convenience of just tapping, add shake, add workout, and that's wonderful. And if there are days when that's all you can do, we're going to accept that. We're going to understand that at least you're participating and you're doing that. But remember, why are you here? Why be here? If you want support, you have to give support. Truthfully, it's how it is in life. And you have this amazing opportunity right now to support other people just by doing what you are naturally doing. So please remember, we are always going to be a community of positivity only. Be aware that whatever energy you bring to the space, you're responsible for it. And we're going to always be a very open, loving, and accepting space. So please remember, use this community, lean in, don't come back, don't go far. If you come out, guess what? We're going to reach out to you. That's the accountability part. And I love that we have these partners right now because it's so important that we actually are very connected to people. I'm going to add a challenge, an additional challenge. I'm sorry, I'm very distracted because the cat is running down the hall and I don't know what he's doing and I don't even want to know because he's getting into trouble. I tell you what, you already know what the point system is. If you go live on your own Facebook and you tag your partner and you tag your coach and you talk about this program or this Shakeology or your meal plans or whatever it is you want to talk about that makes you feel passionate about what you're doing, you're going to get 10 extra successful points. You're going to get, well, they're not called successful points, but I like to because I get excited about successful points. You're going to get 10 more points for this challenge. And I know Jen is probably like, Kelly, we didn't even talk about this right now. But literally, the more you can share this with people in your life, the more solid you're going to be on your goals. So that's all I have to say.
Yay!
I hope there's a couple minutes for someone else to talk.
Yeah, that was really good. The live, Kristen messaged me privately to ask, do I have to go live on my Facebook? And I was like, yes, you do.
I understand. We don't pressure, but the truth is, why do you want to commit to something? And why do you want to say, this is enough for me and I am absolutely going to do this? And I'm going to keep it to myself because I'm scared of what everybody else is going to say. Honestly, do you care what they think? If you should just message me. You should call me on the phone and we will talk all about what I have to say about, because I'm an old lady. You all know I'm an old lady now. And, honestly, you need the kind of friends around you that are going to support what you're doing. If you feel scared or nervous to share that, I get that. I get it. But the truth is, the more people that are knowing what you're doing, the more committed you will be to being a better version of yourself.
Exactly. It makes you a role model, right? It's like it forces you to be a role model. And when you publicly share what you're doing, I know that's the biggest reason why people don't like to is because they're like, oh no, now I actually have to finish this. Now I actually have to get some results, right? You can't just be all talk and then no action. So
yeah, none of us are perfect. You know, Jen and I get all we don't pretend to be perfect. We get on Zoom and make each other exercise sometimes. So we get the cat and the wiener dog together and we're like,
I may have gotten
what the hell is that?
Listen, it hasn't started yet, okay? I'm just
How
saying,
did that even happen? Is that Chelsea's fault?
Where is she? Is she sleeping?
I swear to God, if I was there, that shit would be out the, excuse my language, that would be in the trash.
Chelsea's already sleeping.
Oh, sorry.
Anyways, all right, you guys. Well, that's it for this call. Thank you for watching. If you do watch the replay, please let us know. If you're on here live, can you just post in the event page that you were here? Just
yes.
So, I have less than 1 minute on this thing.
Good for you guys. I'm so excited.
I'm going to try to write everyone's name down. So, yeah? Are you excited? Raise the roof if you're excited. Ooh, 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 ooh. Hot bodies in November. Hot bodies in November. Okay. All right, you guys. Have a good night.